Well, it clearly wasn't good enough. We let them get to the top of the paint for a couple of goals that we're generally pretty solid on. We had a couple of 2-on-2s tonight, turned into two good, very good chances happened up there. So clearly we got to address that. Those aren't odd man rushes. That's not stretch plays. That's just basic 2-on-2s that we need to communicate better, square up better, defend better. And then obviously you want to save as well mixed in those, and that didn't happen either. So the stuff that we've done well lately, defend, get saves, it didn't happen early on. And then we found our legs eventually and fought our way back in, but the start wasn't good enough.
Tim?
Frustrating as well with all the chances that you had in the second and third to push back there, the power plays, and the late push there just didn't seem to be.
Well, you got to give their goaltender credit. He was very good. Both games we've lost, we've put over 40 shots on net, probably at least 20-some chances, not all on net that we would grade chances. So he was very good tonight, let's face it. He made a lot of good saves. The goals we got weren't cheap. Maybe the last one he lost track of, but we were around their net a lot. And they got out to the early lead. It's always easier to play with the lead. So I wouldn't say it wasn't meant to be. I thought we were very close. I mean, Pasta had a rebound there that he made a hell of a save on. Could have made it 4-4, and then obviously from there it's anybody's game. So we pushed back. Just give him credit. He made saves.
Hey, Coach. Patrice was back in the lineup today, but is there any reason to believe that his existing injury might be an issue in games 6 and 7?
I won't project past game 6. He made it through today's game healthy, finished the game. We'll always want to see how they are in the morning. I don't anticipate there being any issues going into game 6. Of course, that could change, but that's the way it is right now.
In front, Rich.
Coach, did David Backes kind of bring the fight for you guys tonight?
He generally does in these type of games. Got a big goal from the being at the front of the net. We got a fortunate bounce there, but you got to be in a position to capitalize on those. When we got down a little bit, he tried to stir it up a bit, and those are the things he does well. So those are the intangibles we rely on. The physicality part, the games we win, he generally is leading our team in hits, maybe even did tonight without winning, but that's what he brings this time of year. It's that steady, kind of plodding, play inside, win your puck battles, type of players you need.
How much of Hugo was his play and how much was to try to shake things up for the other guys?
I didn't think he had it tonight, so we went with Anton, who's been very good for us. And then there's always that part that gets the rest of the team's attention as well. So it's both. I don't want to measure or quantify what percentage of each, but if clearly if I thought he was on, then he wouldn't have got pulled. I guess I put it that way.
Mark in the back, and then Matt in the front.
Anything specific why the power play wasn't, clicking tonight?
They did a better job pressuring us. I thought we had numerous chances to score, so I'll give again their goaltender credit. 5-on-3, we had some looks. He made a hell of a save on Marshy. Our 5-on-3's been pretty good this year. We tend to look for a seam somewhere and get a high percentage shot. We got a couple that we wanted. I think we had Torrey backdoor. They just couldn't quite get enough force on. There would have been an open net. So there was a couple opportunities there. Some of the other power plays early on I thought were good. We hit a post, maybe 2. So the power play, obviously, when you look at the numbers, 1 for 6, immediate thing is it's not good enough. But I thought we generated on the majority of them offense to get goals. But again, I give their guy credit. But in hindsight, we needed more from it.
Take 2 more, starting with Matt in front.
Bruce, they changed up their lines at the start of the game, even making one switch right after warm-up, and Just what kind of challenge did that present for you in terms of matchups?
4 balanced lines, obviously, at the end of the day, you got to pick your poison when you see that balance. I think we roll out 4 balanced line, maybe different kind of structure of how they play the game. And I've said this, I think we're comfortable with most of the matchups every night. So at the end of the day, we've asked our players to accept the matchup you get and outplay the guy across from him, and a lot of times we do. Tonight, even strength there at the start, we didn't. And it wasn't just the young guys or a certain line. I mean, different lines got scored on, and part of that was us just not being hard in front of our net. And then the Bozak goal, we got beat up the ice after Longo's own shift, which is dangerous. And that's the one you really need to save right there. You've got yourself back in the game. That the first period's almost forgotten about. It's now 2-1. So that's one we needed. We were a little late trying to kill that rush, in 3 different spots, and they capitalized.
Last one from Joey.
I know you just focused on this game, but prior to the game, you knew that Tampa had won. You like to kind of point out to the players what else is going on in the playoffs.
No, we don't talk about Tampa Bay. We don't talk about. We talked about the other night. This morning we talked about how the 2 Stanley Cup finalists from last year couldn't close out. It's not easy. So let's just stay in the moment and stay focused, not think about tomorrow or what we're going to do if we win or don't win. Just go out and play. Whether that has any effect or not, I doubt it. I think the players, generally our guys are a very professional group. They go show up and play. We saw that with our pushback. We dug ourselves a hole we couldn't quite dig out of, and nothing to do with Tampa Bay or what was ahead. That we'll talk about what's ahead when we get our 4th win.
Thanks, everyone.